2020 will go down in history. Life as we know it changed. We stayed at home to help save lives. Our schools had to close their doors. We resorted to virtual versions of some of life's greatest celebrations. Our homes became our offices and our gardens became our playgrounds. We waved through windows, we wore masks, and we stayed 2 meters apart. We proudly displayed our painted rainbows and clapped in celebration of our wonderful NHS and key workers. The world as we knew it changed, but it still turned. Education providers and their staff have been tested like never before, but out of every crisis comes opportunity. The hardest of times has inspired the greatest of responses. Schools had to adapt and move to online learning. COVID-19 gave us a new sense of admiration for what teachers and support staff do. We have navigated the new norm, adapted the way we teach and support, developed alternative ways of connecting, learned new skills, and developed new ways of collaborating. We have supported one another like never before. We have changed mindsets and shown our students that no matter what, we are here with you. We have imparted life lessons that will never be forgotten. We are the beating heart of our communities. We are education, together and proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Northern Echo Education Awards. The past couple of years have been such a roller coaster for every single one of us, not least of all for everyone in the education sector. But these tough few years have also brought about the best in so many of us, and judging from the amazing work you have all done through these crazy times, that's certainly the case of you all, and it's such a privilege to come together tonight to recognise some of the most incredible educators from across our region. Before we kick off, I thought I'd tell you a quick personal story about how a great teacher, history teacher, once changed my life. To be honest, looking back now, very little of what he taught me is stuck in the obvious sense. The dates he drummed in me and the tales he brought to life with his edge of the desk sermons have long dissipated from my memory. But had it not been for him, I wouldn't be sat here now speaking to you all. I was a mixed student, let's say, middle of the road in most subjects, passionately interested in the ones I liked, terrible in those I didn't. You probably had a few of those students, I'm sure. I had a heap of stuff going on at home, though, to be honest, which didn't help. Family breakdowns, domestic violence, alcoholism, ultimately even homelessness. As a result, with all this going on, many teachers wrote me off, to be honest. I remember once telling a maths teacher that I didn't need to be good at calculus because I would work for a newspaper one day. She told the class that the best I could hope for would be to deliver those newspapers for a living. It was enough, I remember now, even vividly, to crush a teenager already battling with so much at home and in his own head. But down the hall of William Floyd High School, Mr. Feeney, that history teacher, saw in me something more. And his dealings with me awoke a belief that I could be something, that I could realise my dreams, no matter what. So while I've forgotten the date of the Gettysburg Address or when the Treaty of Versailles was signed, I remember how Mr. Feeney taught me so much more than what was on the curriculum. He taught me to believe and set in motion a chain of events that bring me here now, welcoming you to these awards as editor of the Northern Echo. Had it not been for that inspirational teacher, I probably wouldn't be here now. And that's the power of education for me. It's about what we learn in the classroom, of course it is, but it's also about lifting us out of our own worlds and paving the way to a better one. Education did that for me, and I remember the moment it happened, and it's thanks to that wonderful educator. You are all that Mr. Feeney to so many people, whether you know it or not. You're all making lives better and paving the way for better futures. That's why it's such a privilege to come together tonight to recognise some of the very best from this sector. Those of you that have worked tirelessly, often under the radar, to make life better through this crisis. So to all the finalists, well done and congratulations. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to the time, hopefully soon, when we're able to do this in person. But for now, let me hand over to our wonderful host, Wendy Gibson. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carl. I can see a Spartacus moment coming on right now. Can I hear sounds of I'm Mr. Feeney, I'm Mrs. Feeney, I'm Mr. Feeney right around the district, because you, the North's educators, are just those teachers of whom Carl is speaking. People who have inspired, people who have given back confidence, people who will put young feet on the map to their future. If I'm allowed to deviate as well, mine are very vivid as well. Miss Ison, Mrs. Snow, Mrs. Neal, Mrs. Grant, Mrs. Marshall, not forgetting the Amazonian, though tiny, Boadicea headmistress, Miss Salter of Durham High School for Girls. We were told back in the not always terribly forward-thinking 70s and 80s, we were absolutely anybody's equal, and that's what shaped my future. And that's why we're here tonight for the Northern Echo, very first Northern Education Awards 2021. Lots of people have deserved praise this past very strange 18 months, but you as educators in the widest sense are absolutely up there. So you can forget your Oscars and your National Television Awards when you can remember the names of teachers who helped and inspired and could have transformed your lives decades later. That is really meaningful. That is real stardom. So tonight's brand new Northern Echo Education Awards are about showcasing and sharing your amazing stories and your even more amazing outreach into the community this past 2 years. Now, we hopefully have lots of mums and dads, lots of proud grannies, grandpas, and I would hazard a guess wider members of the community, having seen the films and read all the nominations and seen how much you have engaged. Now, I'm not the most digitally involved, but I know we have live tweets tonight, so we would very much like your live tweets. Hashtag NESchools2021. You can share your photographs at home. We would love to see them. So whether you're done up to the nines or you're in your PJs or you're somewhere in between, because we know half and half is the new normal, we would love to have that so that we can capture the feeling and the spirit of tonight. And if some of you are getting very creative and having seen the films and seen all that has gone on at home and how creative you've been, including turning bathrooms into studios, I can quite imagine people holding up pictures going, I'm Mr. Sweeney, Mr. Feeney, I'm Mrs. Feeney. So whatever you want to do, it's okay by us. A big thank you to our very generous sponsors. You'll see their names by each of the categories. And in time-honoured format, we're not going to mess with the system. This is how it'll go. I will announce the shortlist of finalists. We will then see and hear from you fine educators. And then in some cases, the sponsor, in some case myself, will reveal the winner. I will do a quick chat. So you are live, as Davina would say, you know it's live, you know how to react. So get yourselves comfy. I hope you have snacks to the ready, and we start now with the beginning of the educational journey. The first award this evening is for Nursery or Primary School Teacher of the Year. It is time to honour those teachers who inspire, delight and encourage those young charges right with their feet at the beginning of the journey. The nominations for the Nursery or Primary School Teacher of the Year are Rebecca Sykes of Pentland Primary, Mr. Ewan Legg of Winfield Primary, and Gemma Wall of Thirsk Community Primary. Let's hear from you yourselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Sykes from Pentland Primary. At Pentland we pride ourselves on being a big family in the community, and this has been a difficult year for everybody involved. We have tried to support our families by providing education throughout the pandemic and remain open as much as we can. We delivered 3 live lessons daily to our nursery children and provided them with packs and resources to collect or be delivered to their homes. During COVID, we have gained a nursery preschool, but we are just awaiting to move in there, and it's a very exciting time for all of us. We can't wait to share it with everybody. Winning this award is a very proud moment for me, but it's also a representation of my team and the school and the families that are involved in the community. So thank you for this opportunity.
Hiya, I'm Ewan Legg. This year has been really challenging for staff and for children across the country, and to me, the most important thing this year has been looking after the children's well-being rather than the academic side, because if the children don't feel safe, that's a concern to me. So making sure that they felt that they were happy and just trying to distract them from everyday life and what's been going on in the last 18 months or so. I've been in school for the key worker bubbles, and I just wanted the children to come into school every day, learn, but also just be happy and enjoy every moment they've got. So we tried to make as many games as possible where we could. We went out for break times, we tried to play football, we played dodgeball. I just tried to get to know them as much as possible, because I feel like then they can trust me. I know that I can help them mentally and emotionally, because let's be honest, it has been extremely difficult for everyone, not just children, but everyone. And I think looking after the children, in my bubble especially, was my top priority, in making sure that they felt they were happy and safe.
Hi, and thank you for this nomination. Thank you because it's given me the opportunity to reminisce about learning in lockdown, which was scattered with positive experiences. So first of all, I got to transform my bathroom into a classroom, and that was pretty cool. Secondly, my introvert of a husband became a bit of an online sensation, admittedly by fibbing to my class of children by telling them I was pooing in a bucket in the garden whilst our bathroom was being renovated. Fake news which persists in the classroom today. Thirdly, my herd of guinea pigs, they got the platform that they craved to justify their diva-like behaviour by appearing in the 874 videos that we made together. Oh, my personal highlight, getting to dress up every day in crazy wigs and glasses to shout out the children that I was really proud of. Oh, children's highlight, probably our weekly Zoom assemblies, where, let me tell you, the joy of listening to a class of children singing out of time and at different speeds, it's a joy that will never ever be matched.
I defy you not to have a smile on your face. I did consider doing this from my bathroom tonight, but I deferred to the sitting room at the last minute. So 3 fantastic finalists to kick us off. Prestige Servicing is our sponsor, and I am delighted to reveal that the winner is Mr. Ewan Legg. Oh, you look suitably, absolutely, very modestly shocked by it. That was a very nice conservatory, by the way, earlier. Mr. Ewan Legg, what a guy. I'm going to make you blush now. What a teacher, what a gentleman. He really sees his pupils and they feel safe and inspired as they are seen by him. What do you think of that?
I'm blown away, to be honest. I don't really know what to say. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I feel like it's not just me. Every single teacher across the country has put in so much. And this isn't just about me. This is about all of us. We have put so much time in, and I think it maybe has gone unnoticed in some circles. And I'm proud of everybody for mucking in and getting involved and working together to make the children's lives as happy as possible, because like I said in my video, it has been horrible. I'm just so humbled. I really am. I genuinely couldn't believe it when the email came through originally, and then to find out I'm in the final was, well, mind blown again. And then to win it just seems ridiculous. It just seems absolutely ridiculous. So I'm really grateful for the nomination, but also for all the support I've had from fellow colleagues and also my family and my friends and everyone that is associated with me. I couldn't be the teacher I am if I didn't have that support. So thank you to everyone. I really am grateful.
Well, apparently it was things like being at the school gate, doing those jumping in the air photographs, making that transition memorable as well. As you said, it was tricky, it was awful, but you've changed. I think everybody has in your sector has turned a negative into a positive, and particularly with the outreach in the community. It sounds like this is a vocation, it's a calling for you. Was there a Mr. Feeney in your life?
Yeah, weirdly, it's so strange when you and the guy before you were talking. The person who really stands out to me, and I don't know if she's actually watching this, I really don't, I hope she is a lady called Michelle Goundry, who worked at Darlington Primary School. She's still there now, and she was the biggest shining light in my childhood for me and growing up. She gave me confidence, she supported me, she backed me, she never ever doubted me, and I was very fortunate to come across a teacher like her. And I hope she's really proud as well, because she was one of the biggest reasons I got into this. And like you say, just being able to help the children and have that Mr. Feeney moment, it is lovely, because I don't really think of myself like that. I just go to work and I try and put a smile on the children's faces. I try and give them as much as I can. And we just go from there. Anything beyond that is just a massive bonus. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I can't put it into words.
Well, I think we can bottle your joy. We may well, I think, go for a picture with all these Mr. Feeney moments at the end. Extremely well done. Enjoy it. And I think the great thing is that exponentially, you're all going to feed in all the way down the track and influence those young minds. Very well done. What a wonderful winner for our very first category. Mr. Ewan Legg, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Excellent. Well, next up, it is Governor of the Year, which recognises the amazing voluntary work that hundreds of people provide across the district to support head teachers managing schools. Now, heads and deputies are, of course, the most visible figureheads, but those governors, those volunteers who bring hours and hours of service and bring all sorts of things from different backgrounds to inform their schools and their pupils, well, they make such a difference. So each of our finalists has undoubtedly made a special contribution to their school community. So the nominations are Professor Jackie Robson, Maura Reagan, and Judy Hooton. Here they are in their own words.
I'm a governor at Durham Cathedral Schools Foundation, and my role as a governor is multiple. So I am Education Committee Chair, so I chair the committee of some other governors and some members of staff. I also chair another committee and sit on a few more, so I get lots of insight and input into the school, but also get to hear a lot about what's going on and all the exciting things that are happening in the school. I became a governor because I've always had an interest in education. My background was as a secondary school teacher, so I taught in a few schools in the northeast. And for the last over a decade, I've been working at Durham University as a teaching focused member of staff in the chemistry department. And Durham University and now Durham Cathedral Schools Foundation have always had a great link. And a colleague was stepping down as the Durham University governor, and a vacancy arose, so it was something that I really wanted to do. I'd not had a chance to do it before, so I signed up. So my hopes for the future are very simply that the amazing staff that work at the school and the governing team are able to see a smooth transition into the new schools foundation, and to watch all the wonderful things that happen as part of the school, to see pupils get involved in lots of things and to be able to be a part of that.
I'm Maura Reagan. I'm CEO of Bishop Hogarth Catholic Education Trust. It's a trust of 29 schools that will grow to 35 schools in the coming year. I'm also a governor of Durham School, and I'm a trustee of the Emmanuel Foundation. I'm also a trustee of Schools North East. I believe passionately in the education of young children, and I'm privileged to be a governor of Durham School, and I'm also privileged to be the CEO of this multi-academy trust, where we can hopefully make a difference in terms of the educational landscape in the northeast of England. I think perhaps for too long the northeast has been sidelined in terms of educational development, and I hope that as a CEO of a large trust I can help to make a difference to the young people of the region.
I'm Judy Hooton, Governor at Richmond School and Sixth Form College. As a Governor, I strive to understand the school and the community that it serves, and I do that by trying to provide unwavering support to the people who lead the school through respect and empathy, but also by being completely honest in what I say to them and the feedback I give. What do I want for the school in the future? That's easy. I want our school to be an absolute beacon of excellence for the Richmond area, and particularly for the Dales as well, where I live. I want our young people to successfully join the different queues and take up the different opportunities that are offered to them. And especially something that's very dear to my heart is I want us to completely narrow that gap for the children who live in the less well-off households as compared to the rest of the households.
Well, you can see why those passionate governors are such great advocates for their schools. 3 great stories there, 3 great people that have made such a difference. The winner, sponsored by the nicely alliterative Nightingales Niceties, is Maura Reagan. Maura, I think indefatigable might be the word I would use to describe you. You are passionate about the benefits of multi-academy trusts, and yours growing from 29 to 35 schools this year. What is so good about multi-academy trusts? Why do they make such a difference? Maura, I think we might be struggling with sound at our end. I shall wait until I hear that.
There we go.
We can hear you.
I think the world evolves and revolves, doesn't it? And I think that the changes in education mean that we've had to look at a new system. A multi-academy trust actually bring education, I think, back to the grassroots of schools and teaching, and therefore there is an ownership by both the governors and teachers within our multi-academy trusts that actually makes a huge difference. But I think that, I have two roles. I've got a role as a CEO of a multi-academy trust, but in my role as a governor at Durham School that I share with Jackie, and it's amazing because she's quite phenomenal, as is the lady that I is also a runner-up. My niece and nephew go to her school, so I see the difference that the governors actually make in her school as well. So it's the role of the governor, the volunteer, that makes a huge difference, because they are the unsung heroes. They are the people that actually make a difference every day in the lives of young children, and they're the ones that keep education alive in the beating heart of our schools in the North East.
Now, I'm interested, you should, well, I'm not surprised that you give credit amongst all of you, but you've mentioned in the film for too long you thought the North East had been sidelined. It sounds like that's no longer the case. You have taken ownership, and there's an absolute battalion of governors out there having ownership and pushing that case forward.
I think that's true. I mean, all the statistics and everything that we actually hear about the North East, there is without any doubt a north-south divide. It's one that we're trying to address, and through the strong governorship and the work of people like Schools North East, which is a voluntary charitable organisation that represents so many schools, we're trying to make a difference to say that the North East matters, and that we should be feeding and making sure that we've got proper resources into the North East of England. And as I say, for too long we've been marginalised, and it needs to stop, and it only stop if we've got the work of good, solid governors that actually shout it from the rooftops.
Well, that's what you're doing tonight, Maura. Enjoy your win. Many congratulations, and thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you. Congratulations to the other two candidates. Thank you.
Beautifully said, thank you. Well done. Well, fantastic stories to kick us off, and the good news continues with the Secondary Teacher of the Year. And this was looking for teachers who inspire and engage pupils as they get just that little bit further down the road and prepare for adult life. Now, secondary school is arguably the most important time in their lives, when they're making lots of life choices that will affect so many things. So this award is for someone who makes an exceptional contribution to their school and its pupils' futures. Our nominations for secondary school teachers underline the fact that a teacher must address the wider needs of their pupils going forward. So the nominations for Secondary Teacher of the Year are Jack Heslop, Tina Masterman, and Stephen Boyd. Let's hear what makes them tick.
Hi, I'd like to say thank you very much for this nomination. I was shocked, I was blown away, and I think I'd also like to include all of my colleagues here at UTC who've worked tirelessly to support our students. So during lockdown and COVID, one of my roles was to monitor the progress and the well-being of some of our most vulnerable students, including those in local authority care. What that meant really was regular contact with parents, with carers, with the students. That happened at weekends, it happened on evenings, it happened during holidays, whenever it was necessary to provide that support. I also had to look at all sorts of novel ideas to try and arrange extra tuition, to get people in contact with those that could help them. As a teacher of physics and chemistry, that was also a challenging time. I had to think of loads of new ways to engage my students, to replace the energy that was normally in the classroom, to get that feedback from the students that you normally get in straight away to let you know that they're understanding their work.
My name's Tina Massman. I'm an assistant head at Mowbray Special Needs School in Beedale. I've been asked to talk about how COVID has affected the wellbeing of staff and students and the initiatives that we've put forward. So from Mowbray's perspective, we've managed to keep our doors open throughout each lockdown. Throughout the first lockdown, we actually worked through the Easter holidays as well to ensure that our students had a safe space to go to due to their multiple needs and the wellbeing of both them and their parents.
I'm Stephen Boyd, lead teacher for music at Richmond School and Sixth Form College. As lockdown hit, it was vital for us to quickly offer an online platform ensuring students continued with instrumental and vocal lessons and experienced interactive music making. Students and staff adapted swiftly, and our students were reassured by that little piece of normality. By the summer term, our successful programme passed 1,000 live online music lessons. I'm very humbled to be nominated, but really my nomination represents the whole performing arts team at Richmond School and Sixth Form College, and also many more music teachers across Britain who quickly shifted the negativity and isolation of lockdown to a more positive, actively engaged mindset. The show must go on.
Indeed it must, sounding like the Hugh Jackman of your school there, Mr. Boyd. Well, this award is sponsored by Pop Top Leisure Vehicles, our huge thanks to you. And I can reveal that the winner is Stephen Boyd of Richmond School and Sixth Form College. Well, very well done. The show must go on. It shows you have been doing 1,000 hours over of music lessons, virtual performances, virtual choirs, virtual advent calendars. I would love for you to share with our wider audience tonight. You couldn't go out into community centres, into the care homes, but you brought the music to them and you really lifted spirits when it was most needed. Tell us about that. Oh, I think we might need you to unmute as well. We're losing a bit of sound there. Let's have a second time. There we go.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you very much for the nomination and for the award. I'm very, very proud of the people that I work with, because really this is an award for everyone that I work with, part of my team at Richmond School. And so we're absolutely delighted. But you asked about going out into the community. I mean, that is the lifeblood of our music department. We're very much part of our local community and beyond. And when COVID hit, it really was devastating to our music department not to be able to go out and perform to people, and devastating to the students. So we had to think of other ways. We had to think of other ways very, very quickly. And the Advent calendar that you talk about there was a really good example of that. Between myself and our sixth form students, we were trying to work out how we would take a Christmas concert out into the community. With so many bubbles, it became apparent that we absolutely couldn't put on a concert that we could just record in school to send out. We had to chop it up and make it all smaller. And during that process, we realized that we easily had 24 separate items, and it would be perfect to release a different item each day on the school website and through social media. And we had so much superb feedback from our local community and through the care homes as well, and reaching people that, you know, had become very, very isolated during that time with the lack of visitors, even family visitors, let alone a school going in with a choir. So it really, really lifted spirits at a time when we needed it.
And I'm assuming that this will carry on, that these bonds are unbreakable now. It's something that will carry on.
Well, yes, and I think the bonds have always been there, as I say, in our local community. But I think they were really heartened, and just even in the online lessons, so many parents in the first lockdown particularly felt the isolation for their own families. They were just by themselves in their own small little unit, but actually having a fresh face coming in, their music teacher each week coming to deliver a lesson for them, it was something else, another link that they were able to enjoy and able to take part in during, as I say, what was a very isolated time.
It sounds fantastic. And very briefly, you were going to do a Richmond's Got Talent during the summer. How did that go?
Oh yes, that went really, really well as well. I think online we had way over 1,000 votes, and we had a winner of a Year 8 band who got together just to enter the performance, enter the talent show. So yes, absolutely, we had lots and lots of superb entries, and it all went really, really well.
Well, thank you. It sounds like you have made a huge difference to the community. Very well done. Enjoy your win, Mr. Boyd. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Do I feel right back in the classroom? Mr. Boyd, Mr. Legg. Right, moving on. The Star Student Award Under 16 is next. This award, it does what it says on the tin. It aims to celebrate the students who go above and beyond what is expected of them at school and who are under 16 and take leading action to tackle important issues in the school and in the wider society. Now, the year for under 16s must have been so challenging, but they managed to progress and to carry on with the important business of school with help, of course. So the nominations for the Star Student Under 16 are Lottie Lane, Sarah Manning and Jessica Fairley. Here they are.
I wanted to write about the little girl and the polar bear because I wanted to write about the global warming.
How did you feel when you found out your story was being made into a book?
I felt happy and I'm going to write more books.
What's your favourite book?
My favourite book is Winnie the Witch, the one where her wand got stuck in the washing machine. She had to put it on the drum rack and it didn't work.
How does it feel to be a finalist in these awards?
I feel happy.
I'm Sarah Manning, a Year 10 student at Richmond School and Sixth Form College. I was inspired to run 27 miles in 27 days with the charity Mind. Mind supports people that are experiencing problems with their mental health. The number 27 is significant as it represents the percentage of university students that have expressed a mental health concern. As well as the charity work I did for Mind, I'm also part of the student leaders at school. Part of our role is to do fundraising and work within the community, and I'm very excited to do more of this in the coming months. In addition, I will also be volunteering in a local care home. This will allow me to support residents with dementia and gain greater experience in working with people that are suffering with mental health issues. I was very proud to be selected for the Next Gen Nurse Work Experience programme. This was such a fantastic event as it allowed me to talk to all different kinds of nurses and learn about their experiences and career paths. It made me even more determined to be a mental health nurse.
Hello, my name is Jessica Fairley. I'm the first editor of Hammersmith Academical, which is the school paper for Hammersmith Academy. With help from Mr. Webber, the team started to form in 2018 and the first issue was released in 2019. Initially, it was hard to put the wheels in motion as this had never been done before. But with the dedication and hard work from the team, it was soon welcomed by staff and students. I think it was seen as a new and exciting way for student voice to be heard, with one of our chosen topics being mental health, as mental health is a big issue amongst teens, with a predicted 1 in 5 teens suffering from at least one mental disorder. We knew it was often hard for people to discuss and reach out about this topic, so we tried to provide help with our paper. We have written a range of articles about how to try and improve mental health, and we've also tried to tackle the stigma around it. Finally, we've supported and donated to charities such as Mind, who can really help make a difference to so many. So thank you for this nomination as it helps raise awareness of the Hammersmith Academical and helps us tackle these issues.
Well, there they are, 3 fabulous finalists for our Star Student Under 16. Let's go to the sponsor, Darlington College, who can reveal, with their metaphorical golden envelope, the winner.
Hello, I'm Kate Rowe and I'm Principal and Chief Executive of Darlington College. At the college, we're delighted to support these awards and to be the sponsor of the Star Student of the Year Under 16 category. And I'm delighted to be able to announce that the winner of the Star Student of the Year Under 16 category is Jessica Fairley. Congratulations, Jessica, and well done.
Jessica, I think we can see the emotion. I know it's all virtual and live and very disjointed, but very, very well done. How do you feel? Many congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I feel amazing, honestly. It was so surprising to hear that our newspaper, which we'd made years ago, just as a club for loads of kids, just to talk and have a nice time at break times and lunch times, had become a newspaper which had been nominated for such an award. And it's just amazing to see how far it's come. Just a group of friends turning into writing this paper, which has become now award-winning. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's on the team of the paper, and also to Mr. Webber, because none of this would have been possible without his help.
Well, very modest, very well put, very eloquently put. You were a team, but at the Hummersnot Academical, it became more than just a group of people during the breaks, because you became campaigning, and one of the main issues that you supported, because it is so important and because the incidences are so high, was mental health. Tell me what a difference that has made and what joy it has brought you to be able to contribute and to change.
Well, now in school, we felt like the stigma was just removed around it, and people felt really comfortable to come forward about it. And then also we've done some work raising money, and it felt lovely being able to give back to these charities that we know have helped so many people that we know personally.
Now, going on to the future, because you are on that next step next, you've been brilliant as a journalist. Who knows, you may even go to work on one of the best papers in the country, certainly one of the most respected and longest established, the Northern Echo. Does journalism feature in your future?
Definitely potential. Yeah, it's always been so interesting to see and observe the world around you and write about it and express it to other people, so it's definitely an option.
Well, fantastic. Hummersnot Academical is the title to look out for. Can people see it online as well? If they haven't got
on the Hummersnot website, you can get access to it.
I think people will be going and looking after tonight. Very, very well done. What an amazing woman you are. I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Now then, the talent keeps on coming. Newcomer of the Year is another exciting category, because you never know what fresh eyes, fresh talent, fresh inspiration, fresh ways of working will bring to a school and where that will lead. So it celebrates the achievements of those who have been in a school for only up to 2 years, so very fresh to the job. So for this award, we asked for the names of those sparkling teachers, those sparkling individuals who are setting the classroom alight with enthusiasm, with ambition, and with new ways of working. It's an understatement to say that this has been a strange way to work, but imagine you're just starting out and you have to find new ways of working. Well, that didn't stop our finalists, and here are their names. Phoebe Ackers of Bedale High School, Sam Marshall of Cambria Primary School, and a group entry of Adam, Jonathan, Billy and Georgia from Polam Hall School. Here they are.
The thing that I love most about being an art and textiles teacher is seeing students grow in confidence from the moment they step in the room to the moment they're leaving year 11.
This year, creativity has brought students together more than anything. It's been an absolute pleasure watching students of all ages go from saying that I can't draw to celebrating their successes. I feel like this is down to the fact that we've explored and celebrated all types of artists, movements and different cultures, so that students feel like they belong in the creative industry no matter what their ability is. Some examples of how I've done this is by linking our projects to the wider world and creating artwork for special days such as Chinese New Year and International Women's Day. We also did some brilliant work on World Book Day, where students were invited to create a puppet of their favourite character from a book that they've just recently read.
To be nominated for this award means absolutely everything to me. It's my first year of teaching. Obviously, we've all had quite a difficult time, but seeing the students engage and be inspired, it's been brilliant, and I'm really, really looking forward to what next year can bring.
One reason I was nominated for this award was for the way I adapted my teaching during lockdown. It was so important to make sure that all those children had full access to the learning and that they actually understood the online learning platform. In addition to this, I recorded my own phonics and maths videos, and I would make sure that the children have a daily Zoom call with either a TA or a teacher, where we'd read stories, play games, or just have a general chat to make sure they felt safe and happy during this really tough time. Another reason I was nominated for this award was for my work with the English Hub. During my time with English Hub, I've really developed my understanding of the importance of early reading and the importance of delivering a really successful phonics lesson. The English Hub came into my school and observed me teach phonics, and they were really impressed with the way I delivered my phonics lessons. Finally, if I was to win this award, it would mean the absolute world to me. It has been such a tough year as an NQT going through COVID, and I feel as though I've just made so much progress and I've developed so much with my school. I am so proud of where I am now and in the direction that I am going.
My name is Adam Birtles and I teach maths at Paulham Hall School. Being an NQT in a normal year would be hard, but due to the pandemic it made my role even more challenging. I was able to support students successfully and hope to continue this in the years to come.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Fennick. I teach music, RE and health and social care across the junior and senior school, and I'm the assistant pastoral leader for Year 11.
Hi, my name's Georgia Van Zan. I'm a humanities teacher at Paulham Hall School, teaching both history and geography. In addition to this, I also run the Historical Society, where we do all things history, and have also recently been offered the position as assistant pastoral lead for Year 7 and Year 8.
Hello, my name is Billy McGrath and I'm a PE teacher at Paulham Hall School. I run a lot of the extracurricular clubs, including football, rugby, athletics, cricket and fitness. And I've also had the opportunity to run and coordinate the summer school, which will be happening for the new Year 7 students coming through. That'll be happening later on this summer.
Fantastic stuff. Note to self, if we carry on doing these Zoom Awards, I'm going to ask NewsQuest for a drum kit and then I can introduce the winners that way. Failing that, LocaliQ sponsored this award and I'm delighted to reveal that the winner is Phoebe Ackers. Many congratulations. Wow, good evening. We have a packed room. Phoebe, you are proof of the power of art to transform lives. I love the very clever way that you link art projects to the wider world. I think it's the equivalent of adults sneaking veg into their children's diet to get something healthy. And so you're bringing big issues like International Women's Day and so forth by linking it with handicrafts. Very clever.
Thank you. Yeah, it's. I can't believe that I've won, really. It was a shock to be nominated in the first place. And it just means so much to me. Like I said, all the amazing teachers on the videos there. It's been such a hard year for everybody, and for the students to be able to produce all the work throughout lockdown. Yeah, it's really good, and they've been able to do all sorts, which has been brilliant. And learn a lot about different cultures. International Women's Day, massive thing, and we've got loads planned for next year as well, so it's brilliant.
That's what I was going to ask, plans going forward, because you obviously have a big vision and you're coming in with lots of fresh ideas. It must be very satisfying that youngsters who maybe thought they weren't strong in those subjects are gaining confidence. What are your plans going forward for next year?
So it's really quite good because we've got loads of different workshops where we're getting a lot of the community coming into school. We've just got a kiln, so we're trying out a lot of different techniques like that. So a lot of the care homes coming in with their families and younger students from primary schools as well. And for the students in school, we've already got so many competitions going on up until Christmas. So it's really exciting. And yeah, everyone seems to be really on board with not just the art side, but also the performing side as well. So yeah, we've just got brilliant students who really have engaged really well with it, and wellbeing passport that we did. It's just been a really good year considering all the issues that have been going on around.
I guess again, you're cementing the fact that there are these great bonds with the community, which
yes,
and are going to go going forward as well.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. We're really looking forward to it as a school, as a community, and hopefully all the primary schools as well. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Excellent. Enjoy your win. Enjoy the rest of your career. I'm sure you've got even greater things to come. Phoebe, well done. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, I hope you're sitting comfortably. I hope you are doing those photographs and doing your tweets, whether you're I'm Mr. Feeney, I'm Mrs. Feeney, or just enjoying the night. We would love to hear it. Remember, the hashtag is AnySchools2021, and we would also love your photographs. And who knows, they may even be included in that great supplement that's going to be appearing in the Northern Echo in just a matter of days on Saturday. So we are exactly halfway through this amazing groundbreaking evening for the North East Education Awards 2021. As I say, I hope you're enjoying it all. It's time to showcase our second star pupil of the night now. It is for the star student over 16, to be precise, in recognition of students at sixth form, college or further education who go the extra mile at their place of learning to support fellow students and also to broaden our extracurricular activities. Now, in a year of homeschooling, you might ask how that might happen. How indeed? Well, these amazing finalists have made it possible and they haven't let anything get in their way. So the nominations for the Star Student Over 16 Award are Libby Besterfield, Uchena Anya Diegu, and Rebecca Thornley. Let's see how these champions have triumphed in these challenging times.
I would like to nominate Libby as she has diligently worked hard throughout the whole of lockdown. Her college was closed for almost all of the time between March 2020 until March 2021. Despite this, she worked at home, striving to improve her grades and going above and beyond in the work requested of her. She attended all her online lessons and produced extra work in a bid to improve her grades. Libby did all of this whilst having a difficult year with her own health, but she never let it stop her. She has managed to achieve grades beyond those expected and needed to secure her place at university.
Hi, my name is Uchena Ani Diegu, and I was head boy at Richmond School and Sixth Form College last year. At school, I studied maths, further maths, physics and chemistry, and next year I hope to study mechanical engineering at the University of Leeds. One of the things I was most proud about my time at Richmond School was starting a group called Fireside Friday, which was just aimed to be a nice friendly kickabout on a Friday afternoon after college, where everyone could get involved in a sporting activity, and it was a nice thing to do during the COVID-19 restrictions. Obviously things were a bit different this year, so instead of a lot of the live events that we'd normally hold at Richmond School, we were asked to do recorded online versions instead. So for example, I took part in a Year 6 and a Year 12 open evening video. I was involved in an assembly about anti-bullying and also took part in an assembly celebrating the cultural diversity at Richmond School.
Hi, I am a media survivor spokeswoman for Women's Aid. This role includes talking in the media about what Women's Aid does and how women and children are helped by this organisation. I do this because I feel passionate about the importance of raising awareness of domestic abuse. I have also worked with the National Citizen Service, aka NCS. Within this role, my peers and I use social media to tackle the negative perception of mental health and promote a positive well-being for all. I have also been a Girl Guides volunteer for 4 years. This entails looking after young girls aged between 7 to 10 years old, creating fun activities that this age group will like to do, such as different games and arts and crafts.
Wow, amazing things that they've been up to. I'm going to make them wait no longer. I'm very grateful to hand over to our sponsor, Sachs Academy, who have news of the winner.
Hi, I'm Chris McIntosh from Sachs Apprenticeships, proud sponsor of the Star Student of the Year Over 16 Award and the place for outstanding hairdressing, barbering and beauty apprenticeships. And the winner of the Star Student of the Year Over 16 Award is Rebecca Thornley. Congratulations, Rebecca.
Fantastic stuff. I've been very much looking forward to meeting you, albeit virtually. Many congratulations, Rebecca. You have done amazing things. You rightly describe yourself as a survivor, not a victim, a spokeswoman for Women's Aid. What strength do you gain from sharing your experiences and helping others?
More the thing of making sure that other people that have gone through a similar or the exact experience as me can get through it and know full well that they can, because there's a lot of people that end up going through quite a dark route and it's not very good. So it's just to make them known, like make everybody known that there is a way out.
And presumably it really helps because somebody, if you're talking to your peer group, they can empathise all the more and it can give them strength to get help and to get out of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, all of this work, all very, very amazing. On a lighter note as well, you bring joy, and joy is something we hear as a common theme that's been so important during these tough times, through some of the lighter aspects of your work, but still very meaningful. I'm thinking of the work with Girl Guides as well. And Brownie.
Yeah, so with that, I joined when I was 14, and usually when people end up joining as a volunteer, they've done like Girl Guides or the Scouts or something like that when they were younger, but I never did that. So I was always like, because I never did it when I was younger, as soon as I'm able to, I'll volunteer, which is like really helped in boosting not only the little girls that I teach, but also boosting everyone else's confidence and just raising morale, like in every session that we do.
No, it sounds fantastic. And it's never too late to try and do things that you want to do if you didn't get the opportunity before. I sense this is going to go on for a long time, whatever you do. Are you going to carry on that message and campaigning in the future?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, you have made a difference and you're clearly going to continue it. And what a wonderful win tonight. So I hope you enjoy it. Many, many congratulations. And lovely to virtually meet you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant. Well, this is going to date me. I can hear the sounds of Europe as we go to the final countdown. Head Teacher of the Year, Courtney, I know. It's our next highly awaited category. This award recognises the heads of schools, those who are shining beacons of leadership in the sector. Our winner has changed the tone, the culture and the achievements of the school since arriving as head teacher, allowing the community to be rightly proud of its amazing school. So the nominations for Head Teacher of the Year are as follows. Mr. Goffey of Green Lane Church of England Primary School, Mrs. Amy Goodwin of Cheveley Park, and Jenna Potter of Richmond School and Sixth Form College. Let's find out what leadership talents they have.
My name's Toby Walker, and this is Green Lane Primary School. We are so grateful here that Mr. Goffey has been nominated for the top 3 Head Teacher Awards. Speaking of Mr. Goffey, there he is now.
Hello there, Toby. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. How are you today, Toby?
Pretty good. I just had some questions for you.
Yes, absolutely.
How's COVID affected the school, and can you tell us about your role as head teacher?
Oh, Struth. Well, COVID has affected the school completely. We've gone from worrying about the handwriting, and that's still important, but we've gone from worrying about those sorts of things to let's just keep everybody safe and really try and bring a bit of happiness and joy during these really difficult times there. So that's why we've had Fun Time Fridays, looking at well-being and trying to do activities that's going to promote our happiness and things. It's been such a big change for everybody, hasn't it? That's pretty much how it's all changed, Toby. It changed for me, certainly.
Well, thanks a lot for your time.
No worries. Oh, who are those there, Toby?
Oh, it's Emily and Emily.
Okay.
What do you guys think of Mr. Goffey's nomination as Head Teacher Award?
Well, I think that he deserves it a lot because he's been a very good teacher over the times of COVID. I think that he deserves it because he's been very good in the past times doing all, instead of doing positive projects in here on video and preparing everything.
Oh, that's very kind to hear. That makes a big difference. Thank you, girls. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm delighted, so honoured to be nominated. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Having the role of head teacher here in school is an absolute privilege. It goes without saying that COVID has affected the school. It's affected every one of us in some way, shape or form. But from a school point of view, it's made us become more adaptable. It's made us consider new and more challenging ways of working. But most of all, it's made us a force to be reckoned with. We're a strong team and we continue to become ever stronger. Over the last year, we've tried our very best to support and encourage pupils. We've remained as positive and upbeat as possible, and even in the most challenging of times, we've maintained a sense of normality. The whole team has been dedicated to keeping all children safe, happy and settled. It means the absolute world actually to have been nominated, and I was totally taken aback when I received the call. But our school prides itself on its team ethos, and I wouldn't have been nominated if it wasn't for the fact that I've got a great team behind me, and that every member of staff works with me. And of course the children, they make the team what it is. Thank you.
The role of head teacher is one of great challenge, one of great joy, and one of great privilege. And leading a school through a pandemic really does magnify each of these. As ever, when things become more demanding, we have seen our entire school community, students, staff, families, and alumni and friends coming together to support each other. And I really can't describe it as anything other than a complete honour to have been part of it. It was a huge but lovely surprise to be nominated. I see myself as nothing more than the conductor of the orchestra, and the members of the orchestra are really the ones who deserve the award. Richmond School and Sixth Form College is so special in that we are a large secondary school, but we are a genuine family. In fact, over 30 of our current staff were actually students here. A key member of our family is Dave Clark, and should we be successful, we would celebrate the award in Dave's memory.
Amazing, and that's how important these awards are. Well, amazing work showcased there yet again. Such a strong category. Let's go to Hawk Shield Security, our sponsor, to reveal the winner.
Hi, I'm Jason, Managing Director of Hawk Shield Security Limited, based in Spennymoor, County Durham. It gives me great pleasure to announce the Head Teacher of the Year award goes to Mr. Goffey. Congratulations.
Oh, dear. I think we have some people missing, notably your supporting cast, Toby, Amelie and Emily, who played such an important role. And I'm very disappointed not to see Mrs. Goffey. As reading your nomination, I gather Mrs. Goffey sounds every bit as and is she there? Every bit as energetic as you, and was instrumental in some of your at-home assemblies.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Goffey. Come in. Oh, isn't that Tony there? Bring them in. Come on. Bring them
Sorry,
in.
Wendy. I'm sorry. Enough there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, more seriously, I think you have a burgeoning career on screen. Have a coffee with Mr. Goffey is one of my working titles. More seriously, you kept things going. You had assemblies from home. You had, normally not to be suggested as a good thing, racing down the corridors. You had dancing to your school anthems. I'm imagining a bit of John Travolta action going on there. But you lifted morale. You talked about, never mind the importance of writing, important as that is, it's about making them feel happy and secure. So how do you feel that you did during this past 18 months?
Oh, gosh, Wendy. I can remember when the first day when lockdown happened and the staff, we all got together and we knew that this was going to be change. Our lives are going to change in the next 18 months. And we said to each other there that this was our moment, I suppose, Wendy. That we didn't train thinking this would happen, but we knew that from that moment we had to step up, I suppose, and do things differently. And I think one of the previous nominations was saying how to caring about others became more important than anything else, keeping the community together. Children were scared, families were scared, we were scared as well. But to try and be there, I think that people say, don't they, that school's at the centre of the community. And I think that that's never been more true. And you can just see, can't you, from all the things that everybody else has been saying, just what an important role schools have played and how they've been at the centre of trying to keep communities together and trying to keep everybody smiling during what has been just a really, really hard time for everybody.
It sounds like a holistic embrace, because you've done the pastoral things, you've done the educational things, but you've also got them involved with music and so forth. And as a school, you've been kind. I mean, I was also finding out you took gifts to lots of the pupils at home to make them feel better as well.
Yeah, we did. Good job there wasn't a petrol crisis when we went to do that. It did take quite a while. Yes, it started. I mean, the staff have pulled together and come up with lots of different ideas And that was one idea that came out, that when we decided let's get these gifts out to people. And it doesn't sound like a big thing, but going around to some of the houses and just dropping them off at a social distance, some of the children were just, and the families were just blown away with it, really. It was something small that made a big difference to them. And I think that's probably true of a lot of things over these last 18 months. Little small acts can make such a big difference to people's lives.
Well, clearly you have great, joking apart, you have great charisma and great energy. And I think to inspire and enable that team of pupils who took part in that video with you was fantastic. So have you any words of thanks for your co-workers and, of course, Mrs. Goffey, who has yet to make an appearance in your assemblies?
Yeah, well, and also Big Ted as well. Big Ted played a bit of a part as well in my... You heard about Big Ted. Yeah, well, we call... Green Lane is the school, but we call ourselves Team GL. And that is about the whole community coming together. And I have had such huge strength from the staff who have just gone, way above, as of so many, I'm sure, around the whole country. But also the children as well. I think we've all learned to care more for each other. Using words like love and community and care and kindness around each other, and that's made a big difference. That's given me strength, knowing that I've got such a fantastic team behind me who have supported me and supported the children supported each other, and the families as well. I mean, obviously we've been nominated by the families, the parents who I hope are out there watching, and it's just a great big thank you to them as well. Just even little things like on the school gate, them saying, keep going. We love what you're doing there at Green Lane. Keep it going. Keep it up. It just gives you that extra boost, Wendy, to keep going in another day, and eventually there is a bit of light at the end, isn't there? And things do start to get better.
Well, honestly, it has been an absolute privilege. Well done. I'm just remembering, that's it. All of the families of all of those amazing and beautiful children in your class will be watching tonight, and I'm sure they share in that win with you. Well done to you and to your school. It's an amazing win and a fantastic story. So thank you very much for sharing it with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, everybody.
I'm going to do this. Harry Corbett will be proud of you. Bye-bye, City. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Wow. Now, with just 3 awards left to go, the next award is for supporting staff member. Teachers are, of course, invaluable to any school, but they aren't the whole story. And for this category, we wanted to recognise those non-teaching staff whose work is every bit as important in giving our children a great education. In the last 12 months, support staff have really come into their own, and they've been in the front line, frankly, to keep services running in the midst of a pandemic. They've been supporting children, they've been supporting families in the community, they've been helping to keep school business going, admin, and preparing the buildings for children coming back. So the nominations for the supporting staff member of the year are Mel Twigg, Alexandra Trenham, and Lindy Themistocleus. What makes them so special? Let's just take a listen.
Mel Twigg is an amazing teaching assistant. She has stepped up to fill the gap of teacher in the class, taking on the planning and actioning of all the work. She has the most amazing relationship with the students in the class. She has calmed behaviours and has engaged all the students in topics by relating their likes and interests to the topic. She is hugely loved and respected by her class. She is a priceless jewel in our setting, which specialises in ASD and SEMH needs. She approaches everything with enthusiasm, which clearly filters through to the students. They can all clearly see she enjoys working with them. It is such a fantastic class because she is leading them. The students have grown in confidence and abilities. She is absolutely incredible and needs recognition for her hard work and how she approaches her work.
Hello, my name's Alexandra from Thirst Community Primary School. Started as a volunteer and then trained as a level 3 teaching assistant, which I found very rewarding, and my job role now is as a school administrator. This enables me to help all the children and all the staff, whether it be from first aid, lending a listening ear, or creating and booking events and activities that create memories for our young ones, or even giving them opportunities to shine. Especially over the last 18 months, a little bit of normality in a very not normal time. do this in many ways, but more recently, the enrichment weeks. We've had the Magic Science Show with virtual illusions. T-Rex has even visited us at school. It was a roaring success. We've had lots of sporting activities and enrichment, climbing walls, wheelchair basketball, and the kids have won over 200 medals in sporting competitions. I feel very honoured and thrilled to be nominated for this award. It shows I've been doing my job all behind the scenes, but I'm very grateful, honoured and humbled. Thank you.
On behalf of all the boys in the house, we can't thank you enough for everything you do for each of us on such a personal level every day.
I know many parents would have been worried about what could have happened to their children, but you made us feel safe and understanding about what was going to happen. You gave us hope and positivity in the toughest time many of us have faced ever. Thank you, Lindy.
Thank you for putting your own safety at risk when taking extra care of the COVID patients, as well as the people who stayed in over Christmas. You sacrificed your family to be away from them to look after your other family, your boarding family. We're so lucky to have you not only as our matron, but also as our boarding house mother that always looks out for us and keeps us tidy and in line. Thank you for making the boarding house more like a home.
Oh, those are big sacrifices. You can see why this is such an important category as well, and what a difference you all make. Gary Hall Building Services Limited Buildings sponsor this category, and I'm delighted to reveal on their behalf that the winner is... it's Mel Twig. Now, unfortunately, Mel can't be with us tonight, but we send our sincere congratulations. And as I said earlier, there's a fantastic trophy, and that will be winging its way by courier in the fullness of time to her. So very well done, Mel, and very well done. We look forward to following your progress in the future. Fantastic stuff. Now then, this is where that drum kit could have come in very handy that they had at Polam Hall earlier. We might just need a drum roll for our next award, our penultimate award, because it is School of the Year, a highly awaited, highly coveted award. And this award seeks to honour the school or college which has been on the biggest journey in the past 12 months, whether it be brilliant exam results, pupil progress, or enriching the lives of the local community and students. All three of our shortlisted demonstrated a true passion and focus also for managing their environmental obligations, from affordable products with zero waste to producing 100% renewable energy to growing and delivering organic vegetables, to name just a few. All three would be worthy winners. So the nominations for the School of the Year are Green Lane Church of England Primary School, Bedale High School, and Richmond School and Sixth Form College. Let's get a better look at them.
Thank you for nominating us for the School of the Year Award 2021. We would like to share with you our journey during the pandemic. Our children really engaged with the remote learning experience. The whole timetable switched online and was delivered using a very creative approach, and we got fantastic feedback from our parents. We took part in the National Loo Roll Challenge and created a history in the making video to bring the school family together.
Our foundation teacher started sharing bedtime stories with her class via social media, and we got such positive feedback that it led to the rest of the staff sharing their favourite books. The children even created their own reading dens, and it was fabulous to see them reading for pleasure. One of our children even created their own classroom in their living room. We continue to celebrate the children's achievements by running a virtual talent competition and live streaming our Friday celebration, sometimes from school, sometimes from our head teacher's dining room. Even Big Ted helped.
We reached out to the community, running a helpline for parents, time to talk sessions for parents to discuss their worries once the children were in bed, face-to-face wellbeing sessions for children who were struggling during lockdown. Staff even created gifts, which we dropped off at every pupil's house to bring a smile to their faces.
Hello everyone, so I'm talking to you about Bedale High School and our nomination for School of the Year Award. We've faced, like all schools have, a really difficult year with the pandemic and the school closures. But we set our stall out from the start to try and keep the community together. We did an awful lot of work with our families and students, and our core values, courage, commitment and compassion, we tried to put them at the heart of everything we did. At the start of lockdown, we launched a challenge called Be Kind, Pass It On, to encourage students to look after each other in the community. And that soon developed into another programme called the Wellbeing Passport, where we encourage students to take part in things they hadn't done before and to share them with us so that we could still feel connected despite the fact we weren't all in school.
During lockdown 1, we had quite a few students without access to laptops, so we made sure we either got them laptops or we actually hand-delivered them packs throughout North Yorkshire, and our staff were great doing that.
It got to the stage where we wanted to produce our whole school show for Blood Brothers during the pandemic, which was a real struggle with all the restrictions in place, but we did find a way to do that safely. Unfortunately then, with lockdown 1, we had to postpone that, and this is where our values came in. So we had to find a way to go through with the show and start again despite those restrictions. We got straight back into the rehearsals as soon as we were able to. We kept the students within their bubbles, we did it safely, and eventually they were able to produce those performances in front of other year groups in school. So even though we couldn't show it to the whole community as we first intended, they were able to get that sense of satisfaction from a great performance and to show that determination to see it through.
Jenna Potter, Head Teacher of Richmond School and Sixth Form College. Our Arete Learning Trust vision of being the best we can be has meant that we haven't compromised our standards despite any of the hardships endured. Therefore, we have continued to offer a rich and inclusive curriculum and an extensive range of extracurricular and enrichment activities covering all aspects of sport, the performing arts and STEM. Richmond School and Sixth Form College is a genuine community hub, and through our burgeoning network of alumni and friends, our students have had many opportunities to give back, something that we feel is really important. These have included charity work for cancer research and for Minds, to give but 2 examples, and also a recent environmental clean-up campaign.
Amazing stuff. Let's cut to the chase then. Our sponsor, who has news of the highly anticipated winner, is New College Durham. I'll let them do the reveal.
Hi, I'm Alison Maynard. I'm Deputy Principal at New College Durham. I'm delighted to announce the winner of the School of the Year Award is Richmond School and Sixth Form College. Congratulations.
Oh, I wish I could bottle that reaction. That is absolutely fantastic. Wonderful to meet you. I'm going to let you compose yourself. You described yourself so modestly as the conductor of the orchestra, but part of this great team. And I know there's great joy, but I know also you said earlier, if you were to win, you would dedicate this award to the member of somebody very special who was part of that team, Mr. Dave Clark.
That's right, yeah. I mean, clearly we are really shocked, but I would reiterate again, Dave was just such a special man, not just in our school, but really in our whole community. He had influenced for the better the lives of thousands and thousands of people in our local town, and it really did, it devastated us when we lost Dave in a tragic accident in September. And we still miss him, you know, we miss him now. He was a real mountain of a man. The kids loved him. And really, I think it has helped us. The children have just rallied. They have done the most brilliant things. And they've kind of got us through it, really. We're never going to forget him. We've done an awful lot, you know, to remember him. And we're just delighted that we got the chance to work with him. And to spend time with him.
Well, what a lovely way to remember him tonight and to dedicate that award to him. As part of that, to show what an important person he's been and what great work the school has, you talked in the different films about the great work of the school. I was really impressed that you have harnessed and tapped into the talent of your alumni across so many areas. That was one thing missing in my school days. You really went on to do a very narrow selection of things without an awful lot of help, and you have tapped into all of those great people. So there is work experience, there are apprenticeships. Just give me an idea of the sort of breadth of experience your pupils can have through tapping into the talents of those old boys and old girls of the school.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've set up over the last few years a network of alumni and friends. Members of our alumni and community can sign up. We have currently 856 members of that group, and we use them constantly to positively influence the educational experience of our students. So, for example, last week we had our presentation evening, our annual awards evening. We had former student, member of alumni, Mark Woolley, who came. He is the CEO of a worldwide hair product company who has salons, across the world. And he came in and inspired our children with his tale of leaving school to join SACS at 16 and now having this fantastic success story. But not only did he come to presentation evening, he also spent the day in school working with the students. Tomorrow we have ex-student Tom Barningham coming in. He's an Antarctic explorer, and he is coming in to share his experiences. I mean, they're two great names, but we have a huge network of support that we think really brings the education of our children to life with massively inspiring success stories.
I think it's wonderful to hear. That was what was missing during my childhood. And you kept all this going during lockdown as well. You had sort of virtual sharing of these experiences.
Exactly, yes, we did.
Fantastic. This seems to come full circle back to what Carl was saying about inspiring people. So you have inspiring teachers, inspiring alumni, and you absolutely have to be doing something right when I think no fewer than 35 pupils have returned to be staff at your school.
I know. I mean, I know the thing about Richmond School is it's enormous. So we have over 1,300 students here, and I think one of the things that maybe, some people might say it's massive. How can it be, a personal, friendly place? But for me, the biggest thing about the school is it's only really about the people. The systems and the processes that you have in place are, of course, important, but it's only about the people. So we work really hard to ensure that we know our children inside and out, even though we are a 1,300 strong group of students. We know them inside and out. We know what they're interested in. We use our sort of aspirational approach to just help them realise their dreams. I think that's how we view our role. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, you described yourself earlier as the conductor of that orchestra. That orchestra are obviously completely in tune. I think you want to go party now, and I think you should. And as a school, you've done so well. Many. I feel just as joyous. Thank you so much. Very
thank you so much. We're just really delighted. Thank you.
Amazing. I'm an emotional person. I'm holding it in. Okay, well done, Richmond School and Sixth Form College, our School of the Year. And finally, we reach our last award of the night, when I could also do with a drum kit. It is for Community Involvement of the Year, and it's been written through the middle of these awards like through a stick of rock. Community involvement, be kind, pass it on, wellness passports, taking gifts to students, Mr. Goffey keeping the spirits up, staying with Stephen Boyd, absolutely amazing. Community at the heart of what you do. So this is a wonderful way to end the journey. The judges were looking for evidence, which seems to be everywhere, of the dedication of schools, pupils or teachers who have developed initiatives that forge strong links with the community. The nominations for the Community Involvement Award are Bedale High School, Corporation Road Primary School and Interact Club at Queen Elizabeth Sixth Form College. You know the drill by now, but let's hear what makes each and every one of them so extremely special.
So we knew right from the start that keeping the community at the heart of everything we did would be really important, so that everyone still felt connected together during the closures. We took part in a number of projects and activities to make sure that happened. We worked with local care homes, we carried out a project around the Rotary Shoebox Appeal, working with them, who do numerous projects with school. We also got involved with a food bank collection. On World Book Day, we launched a project called Get Caught Reading, where students and staff and parents in the community sent in pictures of themselves reading in different places. We launched a Be Kind, Pass It On challenge that then developed into our Wellbeing Passport. And we took part in the Friends of Friarage project, helping to design a new logo. More recently, we've taken part in a lot of primary outreach work, where Mrs Woodward has been going into schools to work with them on school productions that we'll bring back to Bedale High School to be part of our wider productions.
QE Interact is a volunteering group in Queen Elizabeth Sixth Form College. Nancy leads the group, but she's not like a teacher, we're a team. The group is run by students supported by Nancy. 2020 was a difficult year for everyone, but especially for the NHS. To help, we sent brownies and moisturiser to give them a boost. And we made scrub bags for NHS staff. Social isolation was a problem, so we designed cards to battle loneliness. These were sent to care homes and to people living alone. To date, we've sent over 16,000 cards and continue to send them weekly. We also sent a VE Day party in a box. As they say, necessity is the mother of invention. To support families, we collected 700 items for the local food bank. The group also created storybooks for children in war zones. Christmas gifts were sent to care homes and the local women's refuge. A collection of shoes was made for the local homeless shelter. Babies in Africa had clothes sent from our knitting nanas, an activity used to reduce social isolation. Cakes were baked and sold, and the profits paid for 2 little girls to go to school in Africa. This is Faith and Sharon. They are now attending school simply through us baking cakes. We all know how important vaccines are. We fundraised and sent 200 polio vaccines to Africa. We twinned a toilet in Malawi, a small thing that makes a huge difference. Being recognised is nice, but it's not the most important thing to us.
I have been very fortunate to have been part of Corporation Road Community Primary School since 2007. I began my time there as the deputy head teacher of the school, and in 2015 was successfully appointed head teacher. I have been very privileged to be a part of the school, which sits at the heart of a rich and diverse multicultural community. This rich diversity of families and children who attend the school was instrumental in the development of the school's curriculum, which embraces this and is focused on the 4 key themes of community, citizenship, gender and equality, and impact and legacy. I choose to work at Corporation Road Community Primary School to deliver an education to ensure the children are able to feel safe, valued, and are able to succeed in anything they choose to do. In doing so, I have tried to involve and build strong links with the community. I have met similar like-minded people who, like me, genuinely want the very best for the families and children within this community. For knowing and working alongside these people and this community, I am very grateful and thank them for their faith in me and the school.
Well, what a wonderful high note to end on with our Community Involvement of the Year award. So let's cut straight to the chase and go to the sponsor of this category, YouFibre, who can reveal the winner.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Stuart Cramsey, Head of Sales for YouFibre, the UK's fastest broadband provider. And I'm here to announce the winner of the Community Involvement of the Year award. And the winner is Bedale High School. Congratulations to everyone that was involved. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Fireworks indeed. Many, many congratulations. We have heard so much about the school during the night. Congratulations. How do you feel with this amazing community win, Bedale School?
Thank you very much, Wendy. It's incredible, especially given what we just heard from some of the other schools and knowing what all schools have been through in the last 18 months or so. So I think the word's been used already tonight several times, but humbled really and very proud. It's lovely to be able to take something tangible back to our students tomorrow, because we've been telling them throughout this time how awesome they've been. They keep us smiling, they inspire us. And it's lovely to be able to go back to their families and to thank them for all the support they've given us, because they've been absolutely amazing, as have our staff and governors. So it really means a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange because although this is arguably a competition and awards, everybody's deserved to be here. I mean, we've heard, you know, the vaccines, the twin toilets, the shoes for the homeless, it means so much. And in your case, the shoe boxes going abroad, the food for Hambleton Food Share, the work reaching out to care homes. What's the thing that you as a school, it's probably very difficult because you do such a lot, but what do you think's made the most impact this year at Bedale High School in the community?
I think we were worried at the start of the pandemic with the closures that if we weren't careful, you can lose connection with your community. And we're a small school that serve quite a wide community, but a very close-knit community. So we set our stall out from the start to try to make our core values, courage, commitment, compassion, a real living thing rather than just some words on our website. And the response we got from the community to all the projects, and these two sitting with me now, Phoebe and Louise, have been at the forefront of a lot of those projects. And we just got a fantastic response. Instead of those relationships becoming more distant, we found that the relationships with families became more and more stronger. So I just feel immensely proud that I've got a staff who are willing to give so much, and students and parents who respond so well, and they've stayed so connected to us.
And I love this fact that the Be Kind and Pass It On, which sort of morphed into the Wellbeing Passport, that was to encourage people to do new things, which included, I come from a farming family, it was even birthing lamb, you know, there were lambs born. I mean, it was across all sectors. How on earth did you get that broad with that range of things? It was fantastic.
I think we just encourage that, you know, you may be at home, we may not be together in school, but there will be opportunities around you to do things and to still shine a light somewhere to show that we are connected in spirit, if not in person. So show off what you're doing, share your memories. It might just be drawing a picture. It might be doing a thank you at NHS sign, or it might be birthing a lamb, or whatever it is that you're involved in. Share it with us so that we still feel together.
Yeah. And a message for the future. I mean, I can only assume that this community involvement will just go from strength to strength with Bedale High School.
Yeah, we have a lot of plans this year, and we're really pushing hard on the kind of personal development to keep students involved in activities beyond the classroom, and that means reaching out into the community even more than we have done recently. So lots of big plans that should benefit the whole community, not just the school.
Well, well done. A very well-deserved win. Enjoy the success and the rest of the evening, and lovely to meet you all virtually. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Fantastic. Well done, Bedale High School, our final winner of the night for the Community Award 2021. Well, I hope I've been speaking to lots of you over the past hour and a half, and not as that funny kitchen embarrassment advert just to myself and a frozen cat. It has been live. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. And not surprisingly, you are part of the educational establishment. You have all been amazingly eloquent about your schools, about your wins, about your students. And well done to all of you. All of our winners and shortlisted tonight deserve their success, and I'm sure these awards can but go from strength to strength. It's been a huge privilege to be part of the evening, and big respect and congratulations to you all. As I said earlier to all our winners, our trophies will be winging their way to you shortly, courtesy of the Northern Echo Courier. The awards supplement will be online and in print from this Saturday, that's the 2nd of October, and look out for the Northern Echo, because print is still a fantastic way to go, and it'll be a brilliant supplement to keep. And from hearing about all of those members of the community who have been part of your story, I'm sure they'll want their copies too. So thank you all for watching and taking part. Keep doing your tweets. There have been such great stories. It will be lovely from members of the community as well who've been watching tonight and want to celebrate and thank the schools. So keep the tweets going, #AnySchools2021, and your pictures, of course. At this point of the evening, I'm normally looking out at 400-500 faces and trying to keep the noise down. It's very strange with no noise, and knowing and trying to imagine you all out there. I would normally say safe journey home, but you are, of course, at home or in the classroom at school. So enjoy the rest of the night. Stay safe. I can now collapse my trusty ironing board that props up my laptop, and I have to say, rather ashamedly, that's the only purpose it currently seems to solve during lockdown and post-lockdown. Can I sign my personal big sincere thanks to the NewsQuest team, including Kathy Thompson, Joanne Ellerton, and not forgetting Michael Edwards and his fantastic team at Spark in Leeds. I'm in deepest rural Northumberland, they're down at Leeds, and somehow they make it all happen. Thank you very much to all of you. Now, I started by naming some of the many teachers who inspired me, and I forgot to say Mrs. Thrush, who was a fantastic French teacher as well. I remember you all so many decades later. All of you will be remembered and treasured for decades to come. What an amazing job you do. It's been a great privilege to be part of the evening. If I'm lucky enough and this happens in the real world next year, I would love to be part of it and to see you all. So good night, God bless. Keep on doing what you're doing. You are amazing. Thank you very much.